I think it's been like what 7 years in the making since 2017. So
Yeah.
it's since 2017 because remember that's when they announced Samus Returns for
They
the
did the
NES.
announcement. They did like
And then after a year, so in 2018, they did another announcement where they had to restart the development for
it
the
was
game.
like 2 years in, right? I believe so. It was like two
No,
like two 4 years in.
I think it was a year or two. Okay, maybe a year or two in. Yeah,
It did not feel
yeah.
like Metroid. It's all falling apart.
Bandai Namco were the developers, I believe, and Nintendo didn't like how the product was looking, so they were like, "We're gonna restart development and have Retro Studios do the development." I'm like, everyone was like, "You should have just done that since the beginning." But okay, at least that's reassuring. That's good to know.
Oh yeah.
Um, but even then, like this was since 2017. Like they announced the game was in development, and then as at least a year or two later, they had to restart development. And even then, like if you look at the Twitter page for Retro Studios, you see all their old posts through the years of them asking like, "Hey, we need art director, AI boss designer for Metroid
Yep.
Prime 4. We need like because obviously everyone that did work on the Prime games back in the day in Retro Studios,
A
they
lot of
all
them
left.
left. Yeah,
A lot of
because
them
of the
left.
director and all that scam that was going on. I remember that. Oh,
Yeah, so like it's just like they had to basically find people to work on this game. But it's good that, from what we've seen on this trailer that we'll be watching in a bit, like it's good that we've seen they did
that
a lot
they
of good work.
actually got time to work on
They
it.
yeah.
Anyway, just go ahead. That's fine.
All right, we're playing it. All right.
uh,
Let me know if you want to pause it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just tell me.
See, look at that. 20x9. Exactly how we all feel inside.
Yes. God, this is just fucking amazing.
Look at it.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's a really nice fanfare, by the
Give it
way.
a quick pause.
All
It's
right,
it's looking so fucking beautiful.
it is. I've told you
Uh
before. I feel like this is modern Metroid. Like this is like visually and its presentation. This looks amazing. Just right off the bat.
it still has that look of corruption to me, but it's like a smidge more. They're really going all out with this one, and it's interesting because I just want to point this out because it's you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
There's people already arguing about her look, but I think it looks fine. It looks pretty cool.
Honestly, I really like this rendition or this version
This
of her
rendition reminds me of people
of her
doing
Varia suit.
cosplays. That's what it
Honestly,
reminds me of.
that's actually a good point. I actually did think of that. What I was gonna go with is like I like the more like I noticed they made her pauldrons a lot more smaller. They're not like big and massive.
They're
A lot
not
of people
like
always
Metroid
point
Prime
that
1.
out. Yeah, they're not like Prime One or Prime Two. Like obviously the iconic look of the virus suit were those was the big fucking pauldrons and
Yeah.
obviously the just even looking at it at a silhouette view, like the visor, the outlines of everything, the curvature of the armor and everything, like you would just recognize like, oh, that's the virus suit. The pauldrons alone would give it away. But what I really like about this version of her suit is that it gives her that sleeker look. And I feel like they're keeping that consistent from notice how the past games with how Samus Return looked and then Dread
Well,
as
Dread has
well.
that very unique one because of the whole
Yeah,
fusion
definitely
suit.
Dread. Yeah,
That's a
definitely
big
Dread.
departure. Like that's yeah, oof.
Plus, not to mention, I've noticed on the visor. So let me go back a more where she's more focused. Okay, right here. This is a good shot. Uh, I looked at her design in Prime One for the helmet. There was never this little notch at the
The
very
little
top of her
divot.
visor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the very top. Like that's nice and new, and I think I like that a lot because that kind of keeps things consistent with how it looked in Dread. Because remember how her visor looked as well. Even in Samus Return, she had that little upper notch or divot, like you said, in her visor. Um, right here is a good shot. Like I said, you can
See,
see
it
like
still
the
looks clean
overall.
to me.
It does.
Maybe it's too much little extra lines for no reason and all that whatnot, but I think it's fine. I'm not gonna be a whole purist. It's gotta be like this, but like
I
I
think
think
it
it's fine.
I
I
I
wouldn't
think
say
it
it's
looks
fine.
I think it looks amazing. It has sort of the you want to know what else this reminds me of? The Metro Prime 3 corruption Figma figure. That's how it looks.
Oof, one of my
It
friends
has
has
that
it. It's so
it has
clean. I
it
don't.
has that
Oh.
very nice, sleek, slim look to it, and I really like how they kind of did that with this. Yeah, like I said, the pauldrons are a lot smaller. Um, I really like this sort of like new design of the visor because that this little like upper divot wasn't there before. The color palette is amazing. I like this color
Still
uh
classic.
palette of the Varia suit. Like before, it was always sort of like this sort of
Orange.
the maroon red, the orange, and then the sort of like tan or like beige kind of color on like around the side, the torso, the chest, and all that, and the hips. But I really like this sort of like copper finish that we're going for on this one. Um, and just overall, look at like I said, see, you can tell how she's a lot more sleeker and slimmer in this design of her suit because especially around the torso and the waist area, like there's a lot of more extra armor plating, but it keeps it nice and like I guess overall sleek. What else? What else would you like to add to that? Like
No,
here,
I think it's
if I
fine. I, I
okay,
I I do
I never
see
knew.
the people poking at it because it's like extra linings for nothing. Like right there in the
I
rib
never
cage.
seen that. I haven't seen that. I mean, I wouldn't pay attention to those kind of people, but like I I really like what we're seeing so far with this rendition of Samus with this sort of new look that we're having here.
Yeah,
Even the arm cannon has a new design. Like it still has that sort of iconic like Metro Prime arm cannon style, but like you could tell like it's a lot even it matches with the suit. It's a lot more sleeker
yeah. It doesn't feel
and
like
angular.
extra.
It doesn't look
Look,
bulky or super round, if that makes sense.
if the main argument right now is her suit looks weird, I will take that over everything else right now. Because we
So
got a fucking trailer.
I feel like pausing it here would be a nice thing to talk about. Of course, the stupid like I can't get away with the YouTube UI because pausing it just does that. But here are some things I want to point out, and then I would like to hear what you have to say. So first of all, visually, this game looks amazing because I like the extra added depth and sort of volumetric fog that we're having in the distance here. That's really nice, especially like up in the mountains. You see all this fog or like smoke, like this
You
clouds of
can tell
fogs
it's got a
here.
lot more depth to it.
Yep,
It's able to render a whole lot more than what we
it has a
ever could
lot
almost.
yeah, it has a lot more like visually with its representation of like just overall the increased like graphical fidelity. One thing that really stand out obvious, you and I have played Metro Prime Remastered. Do you see how it kind of still looks like that art design, just a lot more improved?
It just looks sleeker.
Yeah.
I'm used to that white outlining. This has that little nice sleek blue, that little neon blue going on.
For my little pea brain, for me it would be like the visuals of what Retro Studios has done with the remastered version of Metroid Prime on the Switch. Basically those visuals but in Prime 3 but in Prime 4 but improved a lot more cuz like it it makes the world and the environment a lot more alive, having all these sort of like weather effects and like volumetric fog, and like you said, it brings it a lot more depth. I think that's really
The map
cool.
itself can show you that because before the map we're used to
Holographic projection of the map.
the yeah, basically like the holographic. In this
That
one you can already see like the linings of it, like
one thing that really stand out to me was the map system, and I can't recall if Metroid, if I can't recall if the past Prime games have done this, but like, is this the first time that we had like an actual proper compass in a Metroid game? Because
you know what? I think you
seeing
might
this
got me there.
seeing
I need
this
to go back.
compass implies that this is an open world.
which it is. They have stated that they wanted to make the next one
Okay.
open
Okay.
world.
I'm
The
excited for
focus
that
was
then.
Silex to be in it. His problem with the Federation Force, him why he's mad at Samus because even you know this.
Yeah,
We
because
don't know anything about him. We don't know
didn't
anything.
didn't the team I forgot what's his name, something Tanabe, like him and his team, like their plans for Prime 4 back in 2015, like in an article, 2015 by the way. Um I think they mentioned that they wanted to have like a sort of like time shifting mechanic.
I was actually
Like
gonna bring that up later when we got deeper into the video.
yeah, okay, all right. We'll get that to the logo because the logo will tie into that. We have a nice proper UAV system here, like a mini map.
This isn't Call of Duty.
Requesting recon flyover!
This is sorry, I said UAV, but like we have a nice proper mini map like off to the left, top left right here.
I'm gonna miss that. I know what that is. That's the warning signal.
Yeah, the warning
I'm
symbol.
gonna
I'm
miss
assuming
the
it's a
bar.
warning. Yeah, okay. And then we have the missile launcher off to the left, and I'm assuming maybe like beams or some other armaments that we'll have here. And then off to the right, we have like a missile gauge and ammo counter for the missiles. Another thing to look at, obviously, the whole point of the Prime games was the Metroid series transitioning from 2D to 3D and it becoming a first person adventure. You could say FPS, but it's more of a first person adventure than a typical first person shooter.
It's a
Um,
platformer, bro.
one thing I really like, obviously, me bringing this up is obviously we get to see Samus through her own eyes, through her own point of view in a 3D space, and we have been accustomed to obviously seeing the HUD UI, the elements, and just
Yep.
overall like the visor. And I do like that they take account of that even more in this one, because like it's kind of like how I felt when I first played Doom 2016 when the Doomslayer puts on the fucking helmet for the first time, and then I just see like obviously the helmet HUD and everything and the opacity,
Oh
and
yeah.
then it kind of just disappears, and I'm just like, oh, I kind of wish it stayed because it reminds me of like Metroid, being able to see the outlines of Samus's visor in her helmet. I love that shit. You can kind of see it too. Like again, it's back to the same design.
The
Um,
divot. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the divot up here. So where you see it here in the visor. Oh, sorry. Um, you see it. You see that divot up there. Obviously,
Yep.
of course, the health bar is right here, so that's pretty nice. Um,
Fucking lazy.
I mean, that's a good perfect pause. That's a yeah. Like, look at
Like,
the
look at that
lighting.
light up, dude. That's
That
fucking
that
gnarly.
lighting is amazing. Like Jesus. Oh, and one thing to add, the arm cannon. See, I like this.
It got a little tune up, which is nice.
Yeah, it got a really nice tune-up. Like I said, the arm cannon looks a lot more sleeker and slimmer. It's not bulky or round, but I do like this sort of cool like look of the arm cannon. I think this is pretty cool. Oh, so hold on. I'm
Good
sorry
old
for pausing it.
classic.
One, yeah. So obviously the biggest thing, the pirate motif, the space pirate theme. Just
It sounds so weird but cool.
it does sound
It's
weird.
like a
Like I
warped
noticed
version.
it does because it sounds kind of like obviously those iconic space pirate, the iconic space pirate theme, like the notes within the theme, we're familiar with it. I'm noticing like from a musical perspective, there's like it kind of drags a little bit, and it gives it a sense of like uneasiness. If that makes sense.
Good old scanning.
Yeah, good old scanning. So like, you see what what would you like to add anything to like the
I'm not
space
a
pirate
theory
theme?
guy, but it is a difference between hearing it from obviously what I've grown up to stick with, like the classical version, which from Metro Prime 1. That's the one
Yes.
that's when I think of the pirate theme, that's what I think of.
Okay.
This one just
So that
sounds like it's not like slow down reverb, but it just has that slight slowdown, and
It has
again,
that,
it
like
makes
I
it
said,
feel
that
like there's just something
dragness.
wrong.
Yeah, like it has that sort of dragness to it, and then it kicks in later with like a nice sort of like industrial like beat. And I really like this pirate theme. I think this pirate theme is very nice. I wanted to point out here the mini map again. So we have red obviously for an enemy, and then I think this weird little marker up here indicating that you're attacking that enemy, and then we have some green. You won't be able to see it because the title's blocking it, but
Hmm.
the
Oh
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
some green indicating friendlies, which are our Galactic Federation soldiers here. Let's talk about the pirates. These I like the consistency because
They
obviously
remind me of the Zero Mission Pirates.
yeah, they remind me of like just overall the 2D space pirates, the purple skin and just having the way they look. They kind of have this sort of nice sort of like um elite mouth from Halo. I like that. I feel like they've always had that, but
The
I kind of like how it.
mandibles.
Yeah, the mandibles. That's what we would call them. I kind of like how they look.
It's nice to see him
Overall,
come back. Good old classic pirates look.
yeah, like overall, I really like how the pirates look in this one, especially their armor. Their armor looks pretty cool. Seeing how they look. Also, we have some nice bloom effect and god rays, like the sun right here. And you
God
see how
rays.
you see the little rainbow like around
They
here
had a
with the
little bit of
god
that
rays.
in corruption.
Let's see, what's another thing? The light on the top door. You see that? The blooming effects. So that's what I'm saying. Like this game this is like modern, like a modern adventure game. And I like visually wise, it's amazing. It looks fucking awesome. I like how this looks. The light reflecting or the light shining on the arm cannon on here, but notice how the darker areas where the light isn't being affected on the arm cannon, it's like nice shaded dark. It gives it a lot more depth and realistic feel to it. Also, I don't think I've
Panning
ever
up.
seen these. I don't think I've ever seen these before. Fucking giant like space pirate cruisers. Like I know we've seen
I
stuff
feel
like
like
that in
we
Prime
have
3.
in one of the
Prime
Game Boy
3.
ones.
At least maybe Prime 3 or at least like yeah, the Game Boy games, but like this looks like fucking Covenant kind of shit, you know? Like it looks pretty fucking cool. So of course, like you said, classic. There you go. Of course, as you said, classic. Scanning return. Scanning was always the biggest thing in the Prime games because when you take the time scanning through all the Chozo stuff
Oh
of
yeah,
the lore
yeah
in
too.
Prime One, it really explains the story. It makes it feel a lot more rich than just blindly playing the game and not really scanning. Of course, you can do that, but I recommend scanning like everything when you play the Prime games because it makes the game feel very full. It's like what you're playing in terms of reading the lore and understanding like the enemies and then the environments and everything. Like it's I love the scanning feature. When I was a kid, I never liked it a lot, but
I
as
don't
I
like
grew
reading.
up, yeah, I didn't like reading. I didn't really like care. I just wanted to play the game. But as I grew up and played more, like over time, I started scanning. I'm like, yeah. So I would always just scan every time I play the game. I don't even care if like doesn't matter how many times I play the game. I would scan and read it again and again and so on. I really
He
like these
dying.
nice. Yeah, he dying. I really like these updated visuals that we have with the scan holographic projections. I like this a lot. But what I would, I'm hoping what returns would be the 3D like model view. So that right there, that's a classic. The scene,
Simple morph ball.
the color transition. I'm gonna like mash the pause button. Yeah, like stuff like that. Like that looks fucking nice. Seeing
It's funny because
animations.
that's kind of just still there since Metro Prime One. Like they kind of
Oh,
they kind of had
definitely.
it perfected.
It's iconic. But like, yeah, what I was gonna add to it is just like the animation, nice and smooth, which was always like the perfect thing in the Prime games was transitioning to a morph ball. The animation was always so smooth and snappy, like going in and then going out. I like these sort of added visuals that they're doing to the transition, which is what I was wanting to point out here because I think that looks pretty cool. Kind of like I have like a
The
nice
blue.
electrical, yeah, the blue and then like sort of like electricity sort of look to it. Of course, the classic blue trail of the light. That's nice. A nice little bounce. You got some spark effects as well. You see that there, Omega?
Yeah. Well,
That's
I mean,
pretty
look,
cool.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know,
Honestly, yeah,
like all
honestly,
this here, all they did
I'm
was made it
just
look pretty.
like I know these are such super small, like minute details, but that's what I like. That's what I strive and live for are the small, little, minute details. They may not be a big deal the way I explain it, but like they're obviously a big deal to me. Like they're a big deal to me. But
Hey, I'm still
what's
just glad we got a game. All right,
yeah, dude,
that's
right?
all it is
Yeah,
for me.
like I'm very happy too. I'm sure everyone is very happy, like for the Metro community, because like Jesus Christ, like this again back in 2017, announced it was in development. A year or two later, we had to restart development. Okay, and then of course from then on, just nothing related, because you know how people are in this sort of in the industry, rumors, leaks, etc. Like I'm just like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
very happy that at least with this specific Nintendo Direct that we got this month, I am so happy they gave us some Metro news because I was just like, please, please give us something. So we have some space pirates in this room that are arming a breaching charge. We're gonna see them breach into the door once Samus gets past.
Oh yeah.
Boom, right there. There we go.
Very nice.
This
Oh,
is an
pause
this
it.
is an interesting room right here.
That right there. I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, you
That
wanted to
that that
go
that
ahead.
thing right there. In
Which
the interview
specifically
from years ago,
in the middle right here, what this sword here
yeah,
is
that
pushing.
weird doodad.
Okay.
The they talked about how they wanted to bring up a second world. They wanted
Okay.
to bring up a new mechanic, and he kind of basically referenced how they had it in Metro Prime 2 Echoes, where we had the light and dark world.
And then through the portals traveling through different dimensions.
Yeah, which is
Interdimensional.
something that I mean even I love. Like it's fucking clean. The dark
If
imp
they're
and
if
the
they're
light world
simply
stuff.
if they're simply bringing back a mechanic like that that's similar to that in this,
That
I'm all
seems to
for it
be the
because
idea
I'm all
because he
for it
wanted
because I
time travel.
yeah, I'm all for it because I fucking love Prime 2 because the whole traveling between two different dimensions, I fucking love that shit.
Well, yeah, but now it's that travel between timelines. So it's like, I think it'll be running through, like, you get to this part of the world, it'll be X time, you find the breach or whatever, and now you're like 50 years before, and now it looks
Okay.
completely different.
Yeah,
So
because
that
I
might
was
be it.
wondering.
That
I
might be
was
what
wondering.
Silex is after too, but it's just like guessing right now.
Yeah, it's just like pretty much like theory and then speculation. But yeah, like I'm glad you brought that up because I was wondering like what the fuck was this? Like, because obviously you can see that there is a sense of urgency pushing that item, like getting that item out of the room. So I feel like there's a significant importance to what that is. I saw it was something that maybe it was like a power up for Samus, but it might be something like you mentioned with the whole time shifting mechanic that they want to do in this. Because
Yep.
obviously pirates are pushing in. This part's gunning for that. So like, and of course these two pirates are taking care of whatever hostiles they need to deal with. But like cool to see some Galactic Federation here. This is a really nice room. Again, more you got some shadows here, some more depth. You got some fog over here. That up here, I assume that is an energy tank on the very top right. That has to be an energy tank. So we get
Damn,
a
even
nice
that
look.
looks up there. What the hell?
We get a nice look of the new model and texture of how the energy tanks look in this game. Again, smoke, lots of depth. Look at the background, lots of smoke, fog. Honestly, that's a classic stance of what the
Their
pirates
little
would do. Their little like roar, their battle cry towards you. That's pretty nice.
not much of a roar. It's more like a weird
Like I said,
how
like
would
a
you
battle
say?
cry. That not a roar, but like a battle I'll cry. So I'm pausing it here because I like the added particle effects to the weaponry, the blasting, the shooting, Samus's arm cannon, especially
They're
her
armor
charge beam,
particles. Yeah.
especially her charge beam right here. Let's see, look at that. That looks fucking amazing. Of course, the charge beam, light source emitting back on the arm cannon. That's nice. It's fucking sick. Fucking very bright light of energy
See, that is
that
that
gets
does it good though.
that gets fired. Bam! Look at that. That just looks fucking really nice. I love that.
It looks like a
Missile just
super shot actually.
whatever sort of like direction these cinematic cutscenes are happening, I like it. I like the direction that they're going for.
Okay, you see,
Where do you want me to go back
pause
to?
it
Right here.
right there.
Okay. Before his
I
visor
I
lits up,
know
or
he took a Metroid after Federation Force,
yes, he did. I remember seeing that ending
which is weird
cutscene.
because they make him look like his silhouette is more looks kind of human, but that's just me. If I remember right, is it in Corruption or somewhere else? They talk about proto Metroids.
Proto
They
Metroids.
basically clone Metroids.
Yeah.
Because these look something like that. They don't look like Metroids, but they
Yeah, I
obviously
noticed. Yeah, I noticed
like
about
look. Like,
these.
just look at them. They don't look right.
Yeah, there's something different about these Metroids compared to what we have encountered and fought before. These are definitely something different. I remember in Metroid Prime Federation Force. Yeah, there's a ending cutscene. Um,
But he's taking a baby. If
yeah,
I'm
he's
right.
taking a baby. Like he hatches a Metroid, and it's a baby. And I don't know if like okay, did the Federation do more fucking Metroid cloning,
Of
or
course, they always do.
did they just keep a baby, or did they themselves genetically engineered like their own Metroid? Federation, let's be honest, the
Well,
Federation
point
wouldn't
is,
have
they
been
had one,
nice.
and he went to the backlog and he fucking found it, and bam,
Pretty
now we're
much.
here.
So one thing I really like about this, just seeing this entire cutscene of like Sonic's coming into view, it is evidently clear that obviously he's the main antagonist in this game. Obviously, even way before even seeing this in the first place, like
Well, we
the
knew that from the
articles, we knew
interviews.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. But what I was going to add to that is that obviously he's in charge. He's the boss. He's uh coordinating strategic attacks with space pirates, and is somehow also controlling Metroids, which is very interesting. I think that's really interesting, especially the space pirates as well, because we've seen the space pirates try to control Metroids. That never worked out well at all for them. They always get attacked by them, and they always had trouble trying to make them docile and train them. Uh,
Yeah, you're never gonna control them.
but looking at this here, it looks like they did that. They actually are controlling them. So it's interesting, and I wonder if like it's more along. I wonder if it's more of Silex's doing, which would make sense. I'm more curious of how is he
I
having
just don't know
Metroids.
what we're gonna get with that because we literally know nothing of this guy. He was in
Exactly.
Hunters.
He was in
He
Metro
was
Prime
in the
Hunters,
Corruption Perfect
Metro Prime
ending,
3, Perfect Ending, and then Metro Prime Federation
and
Force ending.
Federation was like nobody play, but I have a
I
copy.
played I played Federation Force. I emulated it. I played it. It was fun. It is also evidently clear that timeline wise, this game takes place like after Federation Force, because Federation Force is between Federation Force is after Prime 3, and if Prime 4 is after Federation Force, then therefore obviously Prime Federation Force is between 3 and 4.
Random
That
music.
look, that I do, yeah, like a fucking guitar. Kenji, man, fucking Kenji, dude. Kenji's a fucking genius, man. I look eager to hear all the new musical tracks in this fucking game, because my god, he really knows how to like his the way he does the music for the games is amazing, and I look forward to hearing new stuff in this one.
I think everybody is.
Right here in this shot, right here in this shot, I like the added texture of the visor. I like this sort of diamond pattern that we're having. I thought that was pretty cool to point out. Nice to see the whole reflection of like someone in the visor too. That's fucking pretty dope to see. It's a very
Classic
nice.
movie thing, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And then here's the logo, Metro Prime 4 Beyond. I was curious what they were gonna title it. And here we are. So I think you've seen this on Twitter. What does the logo look like to you?
It's a black hole.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm
Which
telling you. They're gonna do what he said. He literally got the game that he wanted. It's gonna be Silex. It's gonna be Federation. It's gonna be is up with him hating Samus. The machine that we see them chasing after. Maybe it's the logo in the background because even that's completely changed. That's not what we're used to. That's not the sigil of Samus. It's just gonna be what I'm thinking. Like he got the game he wanted. He's gonna have his Echoes Part 2. It's gonna be
I look forward to
two
that because, like I
worlds.
said,
Time travel is gonna be involved.
I like Echoes.
We're gonna get more Silex stuff, which is gonna be good because there's all these fan theories running around for the people that know it, but nothing's confirmed except that it's a guy. It's all we know. It's just a dude that hates Samus.
Yeah, because
So yeah,
if I remember correctly, I think the lore or backstory about Silex, he used to work with the Galactic Federation. He used to be in the Galactic Federation.
that's been I think unconfirmed. Like we just know nothing.
Okay.
If I'm right, that's a theory.
I thought that was stated in Prime Hunters because I'm pretty sure like the tech he's using and everything is Galactic Federation, like advanced Galactic Federation tech.
If I'm right, they say it's stolen.
Yeah, it's stolen.
But we just
So
but like we still don't know though. Like we know nothing
okay.
of the guy. Yeah, you
Like
just nothing.
it's clear that he's also a bounty hunter because obviously Metro Prime Hunters, like that game pretty much introduced
Oh yeah,
Samus
no. I
like
mean,
other bounty hunters.
yeah, but like we know nothing of him. We just know his tag.
Okay. That's I
It's
find that interesting because I could have sworn like his backstory is like he used to be Galactic Federation and he just went rogue. He didn't like what they were doing. That's
mm,
why I think that because I've could have sworn that was like introduced in Hunters.
maybe I'm in the wrong in that. I'm not sure.
It's all good regardless. But like you said, the whole time shifting mechanic, yeah, like this looks like a black hole. And I like how people pointed that out on Twitter. I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm like, okay, I can see that. It makes sense.
Yeah,
Especially calling the game Beyond. Like I was really curious what they were gonna call this because obviously Metro Prime Echoes. No, sorry, Metro Prime 2
I'm
Echoes,
glad they left
Metro
the
Prime
fucking
3
four
Corruption,
in there because I did not want to see
Metro
Metroid
Prime
Prime
Beyond.
just beyond.
Yeah.
Just don't be cowards. Just tell us if
I
it's the
mean,
next game or not.
it was obviously gonna be Prime 4, but yeah, no, I know what you mean though. Yeah, because yeah, I see what you didn't want them to pull a Metroid Prime Federation Force. Man, if they give us a Super Metroid remake, that would be pretty fucking dope.
I'm just calling it now.
I
I'm just
think
letting you
everyone would
know.
lose their fucking minds if they got a fucking Super Metroid remake. So
Like,
right
oh, that
here,
song, dude.
yeah, like I said, man, like fucking Kenji, I look forward to hearing the new material in
Boy, you
this
better play that
fucking new
song.
game. But like, I'm going to.
Look, pause it. You can see a portal. I just saw that.
Let's see, was it a door?
Look at it. It's a portal. I told you.
Oh yeah, you're right. What the fuck?
Look at it.
Yeah, you're
That
right. I
is.
never noticed
Look,
that.
I know I'm slow sometimes, but dude, I told you he got what he
That
wanted.
is a
It's gonna
portal.
be
What the
time
fuck? I never
travel.
noticed that. Dude, that's fucking sick. Oh my god, that makes me even more hyped. I was gonna mention something like this is pretty much our, you know, our talent overworld, our temple
Oh yeah,
ground.
100%. This has got to be the overview, the
This is
overworld.
the first overworld. But yeah, like I said, back to the visuals. Like, look at this volumetric. We got fog. got volumetric fog here. We got some like the mist of the water of the waterfall. Like this. I swear, man, this game looks so good visually. Also, this is a fucking huge ass environment. I
I'm gonna
wonder,
jump
like,
off.
I wonder, I wonder what's over here because it looks like this is a facility. Doesn't look like it's a mountain because there's a great tower right here, and then we have like a nice bridge. I wonder if we could go over there. And then this giant ass fucking Deku tree.
Take a tree.
Again, but yeah, this looks fucking cool. And hold on, the music again. I want to hear the music. Fucking Kenji, man. I'm turning up the volume.
Oh, there's humming in. Look at that. Oh,
Yeah, there's choir and humming and like everything. I'm like, yep, that's a Metroid sound. That's a Prime soundtrack. That's a Metroid Prime
oh,
soundtrack.
gotta be. That's gonna be a pretty song.
But yeah, what do you think, man? Like they gave us a nice piece of pie in this trailer. I'm very happy and grateful.
Everything he wanted is happening.
And the game will be released in 2025. We don't know specifically what date in 2025, but we
Probably
now
fall
know
time, summer,
at
fall time.
least the game will be coming out next year. I was also gonna state, yeah, I think so too, Omega. Like I think at least around fall time.
Because that makes more sense to me. Unless it surprises with like, oh, by the way, here's Metroid Prime 2 and 3 remastered or something. That's all I can think about, honestly.
Yeah.
Which would
Cause
make
like
sense to bring it like, oh, by the way, guys, there's more Metroid,
yeah, Prime 2 and Prime 3 remastered on the Switch.
or at least
Um
two. One of them.
I would say all of them. It makes sense to do all of them. It's cuz I know this is extra um at this point now, but they they gave us Prime remastered,
Yep.
and to be real with you, what they should have done was give us a Prime trilogy remastered. But I can see what they're doing, like to sell the games individually, like
Mm,
remaster them. So Prime One, we got that last year, and then now we're gonna get hopefully maybe this fall. Like I don't know the timeline with these Nintendo Directs. I think the next one is like what in fall, right?
it's gonna be a
Of
minute. Yeah.
this year, I think. So maybe we might get a Prime 2 remastered, and then maybe next year a Prime 3 remastered, and then of course that's speculation. They could just give us Prime
Honestly,
2
that would be the
remastered.
best bet.
They could
That
give us
that
Prime
would be
2
the
and Prime
best.
3 remastered this fall. Or what they could do, and like you were saying, that's probably the best bet.
Oh
Prime 2 remastered this
Jesus!
fall, and then in 2025, Prime 3 remastered, and then Prime 4 Beyond comes out. Another thing I want is limited editions, specifically a console variant of Metroid Prime 4
Man, you
Beyond.
better get your
I want a
Google Wallet ready
I
on
want
that,
a
boy.
fucking console variant limited edition of fucking Metroid Prime 4 for the Nintendo Switch. I want a console fucking variation. If they give us a limited edition, that's fine. Obviously, I remember you helped me out getting a Dread special edition copy for me. I remember you helped me out on that. But
Yep.
if they gave us something like that, okay, fine. But what I really want is a console limited edition variation of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And who knows, maybe it's bundled with like obviously Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and Prime 1, 2, and 3
I
remastered.
think they will because this game is such a big name on it,
Yeah.
and they don't do them anymore. They don't really do collections anymore,
Yeah.
and they did it for Dread.
They did do it for Dread, yeah.
And
Um
I'm sure they do it for 4. I'm positive,
I
but
hope they do because that I would really, really fucking want that.
I think it's cool though. Again, the direct was kind of mid. I'll be honest with you, but the fact that we ended with Metroid Prime 4, seeing the crazy vitality that they're giving it, Again, 7 years is a long time for a game, even with the essentially development hell.
They
But
pretty
it's
much
looking beautiful. They got the new
they
staff.
they
They're
pretty much. It's funny when you think about it. They pretty much gave us like they gave us like what they did years ago for Prime 1.
kind of,
Like
except they had that shit on fire though. Like
it
they
was like
we
what
got that game
like
in
seven
a
or eight
hot plate,
years. That for sure. For
like
sure.
legit. But it's the same thing. It's the
Yeah.
team, different people, whole new
At
situation.
least it shows that despite like it's evidently clear when it comes to like the development for Metroid games, it's been kind of what's the word?
A bad X.
Yeah, because obviously like I said, like the gap between Super Metroid and Metroid Prime. Like that was like a 7 or 8 year gap, and we pretty much got the same thing with this. So like it sucks that that's how it is because obviously that was also evidently clear again with what other M
I
and
mean, you could
then
say
we
that
had
because Super
Prime
Metroid.
Federation Force and then we had Metroid Samus Returns. So like, you know, definitely not bigger year gaps compared to Super and Prime and them
Well, I mean,
announcing Prime.
Super. It was like Super Metroid, and then Fusion and Prime came out the same year. So that was like 8 year difference right there. And then we
Yeah.
had another 8 years for other M. And then, but between that, we had Hunters, like DS stuff and Echoes. And hell, we even got Corruption, right? Did we get them in like a span of like 2, 3 years each?
I believe so.
Like they had the ball rolling at one point. Like we
For
were getting,
sure.
man, we were spoiled with that, man.
I'm hoping we kind of get the ball rolling, but I'm gonna be honest. Despite the gaps of progress it takes to develop these Metro games, I'm happy that it does show very true promise that after 7 years, this is what we got, and it looks amazing. It looks really nice.
Oh, for
They did
sure.
a
Again,
they did a good job.
oh
Cause
yeah,
like
yeah.
imagine they gave us something in this direct and it wasn't up to our expectations. It was completely different. It could have been bad, but like literally after 7 years, they literally proved to us
Mm.
like after 7 years of like development hell, we finally have something to show y'all, and we hope you like it. We hope it's up to your expectations. And honestly, yeah, I look forward to this.
Oh,
I look forward
I
to seeing
I
this.
think it's evident with the reaction. I mean, again, what I was trying to say is that almost 8 years. Essentially, it's going to be 8 years when the game releases. Basically,
Yeah.
we finally got confirmation. We see what he promised. Everything in his list is all checked off. It's beautiful. The music's already sound great. Even the slight banger with the pirate remix. We're talking like they've just hit it all. Now the only thing left is literally to deliver the game, give fans their freaking collection box, which is probably going to happen more than likely, and have the game be a good, decently length game that we can all say, "Damn, that was an experience."
To be honest with you, when it comes to Nintendo, I just care about Metroid. That's like one of the best things they've ever made, in my opinion.
Metroid 4, Metroid, and the Mario and Luigi saga, I would say, because they even though they're very niche, they have their charm. They really do. Very fun characters.
That's true, and now that I think about it, not true with what I said because I really do like the Luigi's Mansion series.
Yep,
Which,
yep.
by the way, we're getting Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon, which was a 3DS game. We're now getting that on the Switch, which will be released on the 27th of this month.
Oh goddamn.
So
Well, yeah, that's all I gotta say for it. To be quite honest, it's
same.
fun. It looks clean.
Looks good.
You
Can't wait.
got you guys. It
Can't wait
looks
to
like
see
you're
more
getting
when
it
they
all done.
showcase more stuff in the next direct.
It'll be later for sure, though. But
Yeah, definitely
regardless,
later.
I got what I wanted. I'm happy with
Same.
that.
I'm happy with my pie.
Let's just see what we do with the black holes because that's a lot of black hole stuff.
Yes, and like you pointed out here, showcasing the video,
The
that
portal.
right there, the portal.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I'm glad you pointed that out. I dead ass did not know that. So that makes me really happy to see that.
Well, we're staring at the trailer to talk about it, and I did see. Oh, there's a portal like in Echoes.
I never know. I never noticed this. I'm having my pie. I can't wait to play this.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye bye.